morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, let's talk about what we gonna talk about. Quant Network. Okay, you guys, I know it's been a crazy week in the distributed ledger technology sector. The crypto markets have been insane. We've had some ups, we've had some downs. We had H-bar go bananas on some extremely true bullish news. Like, I don't understand how you can FUD on a project that literally, not figuratively, working alongside of two other entities, RHX and XYZ, BlackRock, tokenizing their fund. Come on, you guys. Don't let foolish things that's being talked about make you sway in your conviction on whatever project that you holding, okay? But Quant, come on. I know it's been a week. It's been some ups, it's been some downs, it's been some moving sideways, the $100 stable coin for forever. Look at that as a blessing. Look at that as an opportunity, because it will not always be at $100. We see how this sector works. Look at Bitcoin, look at Ethereum, look at as it becomes more and more mass adopted, more and more utilized. You see what happens to that token. Now think about Bitcoin still being inflationary, okay? Think about that. Think about ETH still being inflationary. Look at Quant supply. Come on, you guys, really think about this. Now think about the utilization of Q&T via Overledger. Now let's tap into Overledger. Really think about what Overledger is. Really think about why does the IETF literally, why they're working with Quant on Secure Asset Transfer Protocol, SATP, a new technical standard for the internet, bringing in what they're calling the Internet of Value. Follow what I'm saying? Because right now, money can be sent via the internet, but it's not really being sent via the internet. It's being sent via a messaging system. And based off of who receives that message and what their role is in the messaging system, that's how your money gets transferred. But with the true Internet of Value, you will be able to send currency via the internet. And Quant is right there facilitating and laying the groundwork for the standards. So then regulation can be built on top of and off of and based off of the standard. Why are they working with governments? Think about these things. Why are you working with the largest central banks in the world? We're working with the governing body of the largest central banks in the world, the Bank of International Settlements. Why? Because the technology, the Overledger, literally, it is what makes everything operable with everything. And that is Quant's network technology. What powers Overledger? QNT, Quant Network's token, that sits at $100 right now. Now think about how many, and I noticed that this is a big number, quadrillions of dollars flow through global economy right now. Just think of the projects that we've talked about as far as the digital dollar, the digital pound, the digital euro, and the digital Canadian dollar and the digital Australian dollar. Just those, what was that, 5 alone? Think about how much money flows through those economies yearly. Now think about all of those, and that's just those transactions flowing through Overledger. Think about how much Q&T will be needed in securing those transactions, because that's what happens through Overledger. Once a transaction happens, a smart contract, whatever the case may be, happens via Overledger, Q&T is then locked in that smart contract, validating that smart contract for forever. Follow what I'm saying? So yes, there's what, 14.8, I believe, million, because I know it bounces between that 8 and the 6, but I'm just gonna say 8 million of them that will ever exist. And 12 million of them are already in circulation. Think about these things, you guys. Think about true tokenomics, and then think about true utility based with that tokenomics. And then understand what holding QNT at $100 truly means. Because supply and demand, the supply shock will come. Now, whether that's this year, whether that's next year, whether that's in 2030, whenever it happens, it's going to happen, and it's going to be mind-blowing. If you think Bitcoin is sitting at 60-something thousand dollars right now, and people find that impressive, it's because Quant hasn't had its heyday, because it is coming based off of the utility and the relationships and partnerships they are building worldwide. You've had the first and the second largest payment processor in the world, Visa and MasterCard, utilize Quant and the Overledger and their interoperability APIs. Follow me, building out their CBDC infrastructure. This is not speculation. Like, go back and watch my videos. Like, I've posted so many things about Quant. You have things like Project Simba blocks. They're working with who? Quant, because Quant gives them what? Interoperability. Think about this. And what did I say specifically about Simba? Simba has a 20-year contract with the US government building out every federal blockchain. Think about that. That's the Army, that's the Navy, that's the Marines, that's Space Force, that's Air Force. Now think about it from a whole other different lens. That's Section 8. That's food stamps. That's Social Security, because all of them will have a blockchain. Follow what I'm saying. Simba has a 20-year contract building out every federal blockchain. Who they partner with for interoperability? Quant. Why? Because of the Overledger. It truly does make everything operable with everything from blockchain to your traditional internet that we sit here today, 2.0. Quant is a major deal. Do not let slow price action in 2024 make you feel foolish in a few years down the line. Now, do I know how many years? Absolutely not. But will I continue taking an opportunity that's being given as far as collecting QNT tokens in the hundreds? Absolutely. Because do I feel in my heart of hearts based off of the partnerships and utility, things like Make, things like Zapier, and then look at what those companies do and then say, interesting. You have a lot of very interesting partners, Quant. Being integrated, like things like Constellation DAG. That is big data. Think about this. Truly think about what Quant has been doing quietly for over 8 years, when you have some of these projects just now getting into the distributed ledger sector within the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years. Literally think of the leap that particular company, especially think about now who started Quant Network, Gilbert Verdian. Look at him and look at his background. Things like the Bank of England, Federal Reserve of America, and you have Vocalink, which is a subsidiary of MasterCard, and so many things. You have literally building out Australia's blockchain healthcare infrastructure. Look at that man's resume before Quant Network, and then understand Quant Network is behind ISO TC 307, which is the global standard for building on blockchain. Know that they are behind another global standard, Safe Asset Transfer Protocol, Asset Transfer Protocol. Like, really look at what's being laid out in front of you. Piece together the press beats and things like Embridge, things like Rosalind, things like Project Agora. Like, these things matter. And for them to be right there, think about it. We talked about the RLN long before the announcement of them officially being a technology provider. for the UK's RLN. Now, and think about what I'm getting ready to say with this. The UK based their RLN off of America's RLN. And if they based their RLN off of America's RLN, guess who's America is also using for interoperability? You better ask Tony McLaughlin over at Citi. Quant. Come on. BlackRock's, Onyx. What's going to make them not just be a silo of just not BlackRock's Onyx. I mean JP Morgan's Onyx. What's going to make them not be a silo for just JP Morgan customers? Overledger. Overledger gives them interoperability. So now I can build on top of Onyx, but then still do business with Citi's blockchain, still do business with Barclays blockchain, still do business with Visa's blockchain, and whoever else has a blockchain that's tapped into the RLN. Follow me. These things are major. We know Amazon already has openly talked about their own personal RLN. Think about these things. And we know the RLN taps into the M10 system, which is the global layer 1. Go back, watch my videos. I think I've done at least 2 videos on the M10 system and how much of a huge player that is, because the M10 system tokenizes regulated liabilities, RLNs. Follow what I'm really saying. So an RLN is built out by a country because those are literally regulated liabilities, whatever that is, whether that's a stock, whether that's a bond, whether that's central bank money, whether that's XYZ, okay? Follow me on this. So then you have an entity that even sits above that, which is the M10 system that has the power and capability to tokenize a RLN. The M10 system literally can scale up to over 1.2 million transactions per second. Go back. Watch my other videos if you haven't already. I've talked about all of these things. And to know Quant Network is right there in the midst of it all, holding it together seamlessly because their API, give any entity global interoperability with any blockchain or traditional company in the world. And it's not just them having this technology, it is them having this technology and now having this technology patented all over the world. This is no small thing. And in some of these patents, like the one in the US, the one in Japan, the one in the UK, and the one from the UN, was all done the same day. These things are not happening for no reason. Okay? Do not let $100 slip through your fingers. That's how I'm gonna look at it. This ain't financial advice, but I'm letting you know what I'm doing, and I am capitalizing off of an opportunity collecting QNT token, the token that powers the Overledger, which is the network of networks. Literally, because it is the entity that connects every network, which is a blockchain, together. And they do it seamlessly, and they do it on high security clearance because it's been built out via a standard TC307. They also, go back, watch my videos. I have Quant Networks in the links, even with things like Homeland Security. They're not working with these entities for no reason, you guys. Quant is doing something that is incredible. It is literally, like I said in the other video, an octopus. And this is not 8 arms. It's like infinity arms. It just keeps on stretching and reaching and going, and another one grows, another one, another one, because all of the entities that are connected to this one company, because, like I said, standards, interoperability, these things are going to power the next 50 years of the economy. And Quant Network is right there. The foundation, the plumbing. Think about your house. Think about how important the foundation of your house is. You don't see the foundation, but you know it's there because it holds up everything above it. So it has to be strong, it has to be resilient, and it has to be future-proof. And those are exactly Quant Network's quotes. It's strong, it's resilient, and it's future-proof. Why? Because we've been working on this technology for over 8 years. We have a good 5 years of anyone else that's just now having the thought to make blockchain operable with traditional systems. They've been working on it for 8 years. Patented technology, global standards through 3 different global standard setters, and a relationship with the Bank of International Settlements, which is the global standard body for central banks. Follow what I'm saying. All of these countries are not a part of these standards for no reason. It's because they're going to be utilizing the technology that is attached and that is in place with the standard. Okay, you guys, follow me on this. But with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in and thank y'all for tapping in. Okay, y'all already know, for real. Peace out.